What's up everyone, welcome back to JDC Studio. My name is Jacob and in this video, I'm going to rank the 100 most viewed songs on the No Copyright Sounds channel, better known as NCS. And if you don't know what NCS is, it's one of the biggest YouTube channels for non-copyright music that's free to use in your YouTube videos without fear of getting copyright claimed. The only songs I'm going to rank are the ones that have the moving circle, mainly because it just made it easier for me to rank them. Also, my opinions on these ones aren't going to be as long because I don't have as strong opinions on most of these songs as in previous videos, and it's obviously a lot more songs that I've done before. So I just figured it'd be a better way to shorten the runtime and also to get my clear opinions on them. And so with that out of the way, let's get the ranking started.
But that's alright. Hush.
In last place is Cradles by Suburban. This might be a hot take for last place since it is the 15th most viewed song on the channel, but nothing about it appeals to me. Number 99 is Fingertips by Kisma. Already much better than the last song, but I still don't like it that much, as the vocal chops and singing are really annoying to me.
I choke you down just like a pill.
Number 98 is Pill by Who's and Zeus Times Corona featuring Emma Sameth. Again, I have no interest in what are these lyrics? We'll see many more weird lyrics later, but this has gotta be the weirdest.
Cause I'm done cleaning up your mess. Found myself in my regret.
Number 97 is Stronger by Prismo. We're starting to get somewhere with the instrumentation, although the drop is pretty underwhelming. And the lyrics, as I mentioned earlier, express a pretty strange theme. Number 96 is Rise Up by Exod featuring Veronica Bravo and Mime. We're already starting to see how common green circles are with these last few songs, eh? The intro and the break sections sound pretty cool, but the drop sounds terrible to me. Number 95 is Keep You by Spectrum and Sarah Skinner. Although I kinda like the sound design of this song, it also sounds very messy at times, and I also hear a lot of off notes in the lyrics and in the music itself, which throws the theme off a little bit.
Unknown Brain. Marvin Divine.
Number 94 is Say Goodbye by You Already Heard It, Unknown Brain featuring Marvin Divine. To be honest, the sound design is pretty cool, a little different with that guitar at the beginning, and the drop is pretty different too with a violin melody and a cool beat, but again with the lyrics. Number 93 is Willow Tree by Rival Times Cadmium featuring Rosendale. Similarly to Rise Up, the drop is bad with this really underwhelming snare sound and a huge mess of random vocals and chords, but the atmosphere in the non-drop sections, I'm not gonna lie, is actually pretty good.
My weakness comes and goes.
Number 92 is Weakness by Prismo. I can really see the potential for what this song was trying to go for, but in my opinion, it didn't really work. Now it just feels like a shell of what I used to think of it. Number 91 is Defeat the Night by JPB featuring Ashley Apollodor. The intro makes you think the song is going to be great, until the lyrics come. The whole section before the drop just sounds really messy, and the melody in the drop is this really weird synth bass thing that just doesn't work. Number 90 is Fearless by Lost Sky featuring Chris Linton. I always thought the drop sounded kind of empty, but it's starting to grow on me. I also don't understand what the lyrics are trying to say, if they even are trying to say something. Number 89 is Vessel by Shipwreck, Zookeepers, and Trousers. Honestly, it's not bad for how low it is. It's got a good chord progression and a catchy horn melody in the drops. I guess my problem is some of the higher pitched vocals, which can be annoying at times. Number 88 is Be Together by Zaza. I feel like I could put this song higher too, because the synth plug melody at the beginning is very iconic, so much that I feel like I've heard it outside the song, which is strange. But the main thing holding it back is that it doesn't have much variety. Number 87 is Why Do I by Unknown Brain featuring Brie Talani. This song is interesting because I'm not a fan of the lyric sections, but I am a fan of the drops. Like, it somehow doesn't feel empty despite that the beats and melody are the only things playing. Pretty crazy, right? Number 86 is Devil by Baron Gates. I'm not really sure if I like or dislike this song. I think I like it because the sound design is really cool, especially those snares. And it sounds like a song from a detective or murder mystery movie. I mean, you tell me, I'm not good with movie genres. Number 85 is Blank VIP by Disfigure featuring Tara Louise. Same with the last song, but more because I feel like this is just a bad ripoff of the original. It's still a good song if you don't compare it to the original, but this sounds much more empty in comparison. Also, why does the video just end in the middle of the song? We've seen the beginning cut out in many songs, but this is the only time I've seen the end cut out.
Like a Hellcat.
Number 84 is Hellcat by Desmian. Another hot take, sorry, but this is the most overrated song on this list besides Cradles. I don't know, it is a good song, but I think I just don't get the hype as much as everyone else does. Number 83 is Crazy by Bose and JVNA. That title will always make me think of Kurio's Crazy, since he's the first artist I did a ranking like this on. On that note, you should check out my Kurio NCS Fanmates playlist. Anyway, I feel like the drop did what Weaknesses was trying to do, except right. Or at least, much better. Number 82 is Fearless Part 2 by Lost Guy featuring Chris Linton. Basically the same song as Part 1, except that the lyrics are actually understandable and seem to tell a story, which I really like. Number 81 is Closed by Ice Cold featuring Molly Ann, remixed by Brooks. I'm not quite sure what's holding this song back so much, probably something about the vibe, but it's got a cool drop and especially build up. Also, why is Future House Music's logo on here? Number 80 is Way Back Home by Chris Talk and Cole Sight. The atmosphere of this song is really nice, despite the drop sounding kind of messy, and the lyrics sound great to sing along to. That is, if you don't look into the theme. Number 79 is Linked by Jim Yosef and Anna Yvette. I've heard a lot of Anna Yvette songs on another electronic music sharing channel called Monster Cat. Same goes for a lot of other artists that we'll see later. Also, I can't make up my mind on whether that circle is red or orange, so you guys can help me settle that debate.
You've gotta know that nothing lasts forever.
Number 78 is Elysium by Mendum. This sure is the calmest dubstep song I've ever heard. To me it sounds more like chillwave or something, but it does include dubstep beats in the drop, which can be a defining feature, although all the non-drop sections are extremely calm. It does sound nice though. Number 77 is Symbolism by Electrolyte. a fan favorite for having the turriet vocals, as everyone calls them. And while they are very iconic for that reason, I do find them the slightest bit annoying, like high-pitched vocals in general. Same with some parts of the sound design, but the piano and synth pads in the breaks are a really nice touch.
Dead.
Number 76 is Back from the Dead by Desmian. I can see the similarities between this and Hellcat, especially in the drop, and I'm still not a huge fan of it, but I had to put it higher because of how hyping the build-up is. Number 75 is Let's Go by Lensko. Try saying that 10 times fast. The song has a very fun vibe, and its style isn't totally my thing, but I still enjoy it. It's also worth mentioning that the vocals halfway through are super cool. Number 74 is Survive by Vans featuring Neon Dreams. This might be one of the only songs here that's in a major key, but that gives it a really nice atmosphere. I like the lyrics and the violin melody in the drops, but I don't see how this relates to house in any way.
Call me a shooting star. Let 'em know who you are. Flying up in a
Number 73 is Shootin' Stars by Aerochord featuring D-Dark. It's hard for me to believe that Aerochord wrote this because it sounds nothing like his other songs I know, like Surface, Boundless, Break Them, and Shadows. While I personally enjoyed those songs more, I found the outro of this one super cool. Number 72 is See You Again by Cartoon and Jeja featuring Mike May. The lyrics are pretty good actually, and the atmosphere in the lyric sections are done nicely. I'm not exactly sure what to think of the drop because the melody is kind of weird, but I like the DNB. Number 71 is Loon by Y&V. By far the longest song here, yet quite simple, except for the hard to pick up rhythms in the break sections. The space theme was done very well, but I find the laugh towards the beginning slightly discomforting. Number 70 is Royalty by Exod and Maestro Tribes featuring Neoni. This is one of the most impressive songs here in every way. The lyrics, the constant strings, and the infusion of trap with it. The background image, or should I say background video, also enhances the experience a ton. But the main reason it isn't super high is because I personally enjoy other styles and genres more. Number 69 is Circles by Lensko. This is quite the opposite of the last song because I really enjoy this style, but this song isn't that impressive to me. We hear the same notes and chords for pretty much the entire song, so it gets old fast. Also, the high reverb on the melody in the first drop just sounds kind of off. Number 68 is Inspiration by Unknown Brain featuring Aviella. Unknown Brain really has a recognizable style, huh? My only complaint about this song is that in the drop, the lack of strong chords makes it sound kind of empty, but also not because it includes everything else like a good bass, vocal chop melody, and trap beat. Number 67 is Outlaw by It's Different featuring Miss Mary. Thought I'd make another Creole reference because of the name. The piano chords in the non-drop sections are amazing, but the drops go downhill with this weird guitar sounding thing. It just doesn't sound quite right. Number 66 is Freak Show by Dirty Palm featuring Lex Blaze. I never realized until working on this project just how many songs NCS cut out. This one didn't even click with me because there was an introduction. No wonder I thought it was so short. I'm not a fan of this style either. However, the melody in the build-up and drop is kinda cool. Number 65 is Rubik by Distreon and Electrolyte. Would you look at that, another cutout song, but this one is much more obvious. Not a whole lot to say here. It has a good chord progression, I guess. Number 64 is Miles Away by Wantala, Casker, and Limitless. The most unique song in its vibe, the fact that it's the only 3 artist collab, and most notably the chord progression, which is so wacky I can't even tell what key it's in. And I like it all, except for the sound of the lyrics. Number 63 is Underwater by Pharaoh. It sounds similar to Royalty, but a bit more thrilling. This is helped by the continuous string arpeggios in the non-drop sections. And I also want to point out the super unique snare sound at the end of the build-ups. Number 62 is Roots by Tobu. I'm so sad a lot of his songs got removed from the channel. Most of them were in the top 100, and I know they would have made it really high on this list. I'm so glad he's back now with new songs, but most of the ones I mentioned earlier were from 2 Roblox games called The Crusher and Epic Mini Games, which are pretty much responsible for my love of electronic music today. Typical type, I can't thank you enough. Number 61 is High by JPB. The drop of this song sounds very experimental, or at least different, with the guitar taking up most of the chords and a very interesting snare sound. Also, I can't really tell if the vocals are saying hey or hi. Probably hi because of the song's name. Number 60 is Enslaved by Baron Gates and Mime. This is the most conflicting song I've ever had to rank. Instrumentally, it would easily be top 10 or 20. That is, if the drop wasn't so screechy, I guess? And I'm not sure about the lyrics either, as it has a lot of swearing, but I also feel kind of bad for him, because it genuinely sounds like he's going through something hard. Just a song with positives and negatives everywhere, huh? Number 59 is Seasons by Rival Times Cadmium featuring Harley Bird, remixed by Futuristic and Hugox. Man, that's a lot of artists, huh? The lyrics are actually relatable and sound good, and so is the D&B drop. By the way, was Throttle inspired to make Bloom by the melody in the drop? Number 58 is Shadows by It's Different featuring Miss Mary. I feel like if you took the pre-drop of Willow Tree and combined it with the drop of this song, it would boost both of them. I put this one much higher because I just think it sounds cool, especially the peacefulness in the middle section. Also, I'm pretty sure this is DMB, not trap. Number 57 is Safe and Sound by Different Heaven. The song has a very interesting sound design, most notably the kinda strained filter on the lyrics that seems to make them full chords. The drop melody is also unique, as well as the arpeggio, which seems to throw off the rhythm at the beginning because of NCS's cutout. Number 56 is Hey by Clarks. The intro is groovy with a cool bell-like synth melody. The drop goes to an entirely different level of hard, and the intensity is almost scary. Not something I say about a lot of songs. Number 55 is Fall to Light by Laszlo. I first heard this song on the aforementioned Roblox game, The Crusher. This and another one of his songs called Don't Look Down perfectly execute calmness in the pre-drops and the main genre in the drops, although I feel like they need more variety. Number 54 is Savage by Paul Flint. What a perfect name for a dubstep song, eh? Except that this isn't the craziest dubstep song I've ever heard. The vocals and the build-ups are also super addictive, and I'm not sure why. Number 53 is Link by Jim Yosef, the original non-lyric version of Linked. I remember trying to find this song because I had heard that iconic drop melody somewhere. I searched on the NCS channel because it sounded like an NCS song. I just tapped on a random video and, coincidentally enough, it happened to be this one. I'll never forget about how awesome that felt.
But I'm a heavyweight. I'm a heavyweight.
Number 52 is Heavyweight by Red Moon and Marin Ryan. To me, this sounds more like something that would play on Proximity, but I'm glad it's here too. The vibe and sound design is comforting, and it has lyrics of someone trying to prove that they're untouchable, which I don't love or hate. Number 51 is Where We Started by Lost Sky featuring Jex. The piano is done really well. It adds another level of abstraction. I don't have much else to say, besides that I really like the visuals of Lost Sky City. Number 50 is Zigzag by Clarks. For being another artist with 2 songs on this list, I can see similarities between this and Hey. What I find interesting is that they're the same genre yet have totally different tempos. And I can't go without mentioning that this song combines orchestra and house the best here. Number 49 is Matafeka by Unknown Brain, and yes, I pronounced it that way for a reason. I love how Unknown Brain mixed in jungle references with trap, meaning stuff like the flute and the type of singing. I'm not exactly sure what to call that. And you just can't deny how fire the drop is. Number 48 is Eclipse by Jim Yosef. This style is the closest we'll get to Tobu's removed songs, and Jim Yosef has a lot of songs like this too, which is great. About this particular song, I like how there are fillers at the end of every chord progression loop in the drop, and the melody in the break section, which seems to be comprised of synths and strings.
To dream, believe in strength. Now I'm the only one.
Number 47 is Superhero by Unknown Brain featuring Chris Linton. Like Fearless, this song also seems to tell a story with its lyrics, but I think it's done even better in this song. And I can't quite put my finger on the melody and the drops, but I like it.
Crack it.
Number 46 is Puzzle by Retrovision. He has a similar style to Tobu and Jim Yosef, making mostly house songs. I can differentiate his style though, because his drops sound more empty, I guess, but that's not a bad thing, that's just his style. Number 45 is Cyberpunk by Max Braun. We need more songs like this on NCS. Personally, it reminds me of Infraction's music, except that this is even more intense, dark, and dramatic. It would be top 10, maybe even top 5, but it does get held back because of a cringe vocal that really messes with the theme. Number 44 is Drakkar by Dystreon and Electrolyte, the second and last of their collabs, although we will see Dystreon collabing with someone else later. This epic house song also has high-pitched vocals, but I think they actually sound cool here. Same with the melody that we hear in the middle part. Number 43 is Sky High by Electronomia. I'm not a huge fan of this song like everyone else is, because most of it's pretty mid, except for the middle section with its amazing vocals. Honestly, that alone boosts the song 10 spots for me.
I'm in a tropic club.
Number 42 is Tropic Love by Diviners featuring Contagrest. The summer vibe in the first 30 seconds was done masterfully well, and it's honestly something I could listen to on repeat for hours without getting sick of it. I do feel like the drop is kind of sudden after the lyrics, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Number 41 is Invincible by Def Kev. Again, it's good, but nothing too special. I cannot say the same thing about the middle section though, cause man, that part is incredible. Number 40 is Infinite by Valence. This is another interesting song, but what's even more interesting is the background image. With a lot of the backgrounds on these videos, I feel like they change every time I look at them, but I swear I saw a beam of light on the left side the first time I saw this one. Number 39 is Can't Wait by Jim Yosef and Annie Yvette. The intro with its amazing synth arpeggios already make the song feel like a blast. I can't tell if the lyrics are expressing regret for their past decisions to the person that they're singing to, or just, as the title would suggest, saying how excited they are to see that person again, but they seem a lot more mature than some songs on here. Number 38 is My Heart by Different Heaven and E-Hide. Along with being used in epic minigames Lights On, this is also the song that helped me get my 153 in slope. So far, it's been the biggest PB jump I've ever achieved, my last PB being 115. So this song definitely holds a special place in my heart, pun intended, for both of those things. Number 37 is Lost by Lost Sky, third Creo name reference. To me, this sounds like Devil but better, being more dark and suspenseful. By the way, I'm working on a rap over this song of the end of 2024 Discord message, and I might put it on the channel sometime, so look forward to that. Number 36 is Energy by Electronomia. Forgot to mention this earlier, but he seems like another house-centered artist. I could also recognize the melodies of this song anywhere, and I like how a snare was added in the last drop. Number 35 is Flutter by Diamond Eyes. I really like the sound of the intro, it's practically my jam. The drop is also very experimental with a very interesting sound. The melody almost sounds like vocal chops, and it has a slightly arithmetic beat. Number 34 is Light It Up by Robin Huston and Toby Morrow featuring Jex. The lyrics seem similar to Safe and Sounds with the same filter, except that it, along with the atmosphere, is the perfect thing to listen to at night. The drop is similar to Freak Show, with the beat and bass, but a different melody and progression. Number 33 is Firefly by Jim Yosef. I like the strong bass in the drops. It really adds a lot to the fireness, get it, and makes it different than your average house drop. The break section also has a nice atmosphere and change of instrument. Number 32 is Popsicle by LFC, another song on Epic Minigames, this one playing in the lobby. It's full of various enjoyable melodies that show up at different points in the song, and it even has 3 drops, the middle one having a cool vocal sequence for a melody. Number 31 is Shine by Spectrum. Is that the same person who made Keep You or not? I can't tell. The drop is decent, I guess, but everything else, like the intro, the lyric section, the build up in the middle, and the outro is fantastic. Number 30 is You by Axel and Alex Grinto. If the songs weren't getting really good already, they are now. There are 2 main melodies, one on a keyboard and one with vocal chops, that can actually be played together without clashing somehow. The drops have another epic bass line, and the last one even changes the chord progression while slowing down the beat. Shocker, am I right? The lyrics, of course, are amazing too.
Lions roaring in the morning
Number 29 is Savannah by Diviners featuring Philly K. I can really feel the tropical vibe in this song. It's starting to make me regret releasing this on Christmas, but I still enjoy it no matter what time of year it is, because of its unique sound design, and especially that unforgettable middle section. Number 28 is Heroes Tonight by Janji featuring Johnning, the second most viewed song on the channel for a good reason. The vibe in the first pre-drop just gives off an amazing feeling. The drops are such a bop. And I'm a little confused about the theme of the lyrics, but they don't seem that bad. Number 27 is Satis by Lensko. The song is mainly up here because of nostalgia I have of it from the Crusher, but even still, I think the sound design is very cool, as well as the triplet ending. Number 26 is Dreams Part 2 by Lost Guy featuring Sarah Skinner. Whatever the song was trying to go for, it nailed it. The epic, dark, dramatic, and thrilling background is excellent, and so is the quieter lyrics that you can hear mixed into the drop. The different beat in the last drop also took me by surprise. Number 25 is We Are by Joe Cone and Sex Whales. I adore everything about the drop, the vocals, the synth chords, and the beats. It just gives off a relaxed, melancholic vibe that no other song could. Number 24 is Why We Lose by Cartoon and J-Jaw featuring Coleman Trap. It uses its DNB and space theme really well, and it reminds me of Redwall 4 for some reason. I don't know why. I do find the lyrics kinda strange. Although, with the awesome theme, it does pass here. Number 23 is Mortals by Wario featuring Laura Brem. This song is just awesome all around. Starting with a guitar-like melody that evolves into a synth over the course of about a minute and a half, all while being epic and dramatic, the lyrics start. And speaking of lyrics, Laura Brem is another one of those artists that also has songs on Monster Cat that I know. Number 22 is Limitless by Electronomia, very similar to Sky High with the same key and the same tempo. I'm not really sure why I like it so much more than Sky High, maybe because I like the progressions or the melodies more, but I do. Number 21 is Make Me Move by Culture Code featuring Kara. A very well-made, well-structured song. Although the intro could be considered creepy, it actually doesn't bother me like it would usually. The atmosphere and the lyric section are great, and the drop sounds great too. But why is this a yellow circle? Number 20 is Everything by Diamond Eyes. That's the name of the song, by the way. That doesn't mean every song Diamond Eyes has written. This is another dubstep song that's calm in the non-drops and powerful in the drops. But this one is overall more powerful than Elysium, especially with that sick high-pitched guitar melody. I love it. Number 19 is Blake by Disfigure. I like it a lot more than the VIP version, as you can see, and I think everyone else agrees considering how much more viewed this one is. And although the drop takes up like 90% of the song, it's relaxed while also sounding epic at the same time, if that makes sense, and it's a great listen overall. Number 18 is Turn It Up by Anecdote. Sure, not your average trap song. The intro and outro are extremely unique, the intro having the same bells as Hey, except it sounds more surreal than groovy. However, the drop is groovy with its epic beat and fire synth melody. Number 17 is Invisible by Julius Drasig and Zeus Times Corona. I first heard the song on an outro and my username's This Is Videos, but I didn't know the actual name of the song until many years later when I watched a top 50 NCS song video. But about the song itself, I like how there's two distinct types of drops, one with chords and one with bass, that are both awesome as trap always is. Number 16 is Feel Good by Sincole, a very catchy and danceable song that fits its name well. The bass is also game changer despite the melodies and the drops being a tiny bit low, but still awesome. Number 15 is Adventure by JDC. This song truly is an adventure. Over the course of the song, we go from a relaxed section with a synth stab melody, I guess, the drop which plays that same melody on a fuller synth, the break section playing a cool accordion solo, then the final drop playing a slightly tweaked melody, and ending with the original. And this might sound surprising, but I actually like the crop out at the beginning. Number 14 is the original Dreams by Lost Sky. I'm bringing this up now just because this version doesn't have lyrics so you can hear it better, but I like how this song does so much over just one melody. Although I'm not really sure why I ranked this higher than part 2. I guess these can go either way. Number 13 is Arrow by Jim Yosef. Similarly to the last song, there's only one main melody that plays through pretty much the whole thing, but it doesn't get old because of how much the song changes. I also like the kick solo beat in the outro, it adds a groove to it. Number 12 is Wait For Me by Giraffe Squad. The vibe of the song sounds distant, and it reminds me of one of those chill late nights when you're on the road. Maybe I'm just saying that because of the background image. And although I kinda wish there were more lyrics, you can try this, try that, try everything to convince me that this vibe isn't peak. Number 11 is Oblivion by Dirty Palm featuring Micah Martin. I'm not sure what the lyrics are trying to say in this song either, but I don't mind it at all because I'm a huge fan of the sound design. The intro is probably one of my favorite moments in NCS history, and although the drop sounds very similar to Closes, which I ranked much lower obviously, I love the melody, and throughout the song I also hear it repeated on other instruments, which is really cool. Number 10 is Forever by Vans featuring Brenton Matthias. This song has jumped around a lot in my rankings, but I think it's finally secured a place here. With a more advanced chord progression, the melodies, both in the lyrics and instrumentally, are super memorable, and unlike most songs, I actually really like the theme of the lyrics. To top it all off, the atmosphere in the form of the background noise just makes the whole thing such an incredible experience. I'm not sure what took me so long to realize how good the song truly is. Number 9 is Bleed by Axel and the Tech Thieves. And man, I'm just gonna say right away that if the whole song was as good as the intro, and technically a part in the middle too, it would easily be number 1. I mean seriously, can a piano and an atmosphere get any more emotional? Even after it disappears, we get these super epic beats in the build-ups and drops. And although they're not quite top 1 material, that piano part is without a doubt my favorite moment ever of NCS, and nothing will ever change my mind. Number 8 is Dance Floor by Third Prototype, or according to Shazam, Wayne Porter actually wrote it, so are they like the same person or something? Regardless, I have to say about this song pretty much what I've already said about every other house song on this list, but something different is that it actually has a tempo change in the middle of the song. Come to think of it, I don't think any other song on this list does that. Number 7 is Earth by K391. What a song, man. With its super unique chord progression, the most wholesome lyrics we've seen so far, and immersive sound design and melodies that make you feel like you're actually in space. What is there to dislike about this song? Also, this is kind of a side note, but I wonder if K391's name was a future reference to Kylaxial's 391 in Slope. Number 6 is Arc by Shipwreck and Zookeepers. If a trap song could get more epic than Turn It Up, this is the one to do so. It's also the darkest song here the whole way through, which makes it an extraordinary listen. Along with the nostalgia I also have for it, for listening to it before most of these other songs, that's what makes it my favorite Green Circle song on NCS. Number 5 is Nekazilla by Different Heaven. This song is the true EDM vibe. The arpeggio we hear often, similarly to what I described all the way back when I was talking about Be Together, makes me feel nostalgic even though I didn't even know about this song until recently. It reminds me of 2019, and around the end of that year is when GarageBand introduced me to EDM, dubstep, and all those other awesome genres. Finally, the drop has on-point intensity.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side.
Number 4 is On and On by Cartoon and J-Ja featuring Daniel Levi. Okay, maybe Nekazilla had one chord of nostalgia, but this song is the king of nostalgia for me. I first heard it in summer of 2023, and since then, I've been hooked. This song has, in my opinion, the best lyrics we've seen, an extraordinary vibe, and a drop with pretty much everything you could want. Deep chords, sick vocals, catchiness, fun, and most importantly, memorality. Just a few seconds of listening brings back feelings only true NCS fans would understand. This sure hasn't been the most viewed song on the channel for the longest time for nothing. Number 3 is Love You by Razahel. It's an extremely hyperactive song, especially in the intro, which makes for a monumental listen from the start. The drop maintains that same level of hype, with fun engaging vocal chops leading the melody the whole way. To sum it all up, the piano and the atmosphere in the middle section is the closest a contender can get to Bleed. Insane work. Number 2 is Entropy by Distrion and Alex Grindo. What Yellow Circle song could nail the house theme better than the one that has the most real beginning ambience, most simple but effective chord progression, most upbeat and memorable melodies, sound design, drop intensity which is similar to Nekozilla's, and has 2 sections with distinct melodies that both fit the chord progression perfectly. In my opinion, that song is none other than this one. But I do have a question. What will number 1 be? I'll tell you, it's Jumbo by Alex Grindo. Slight plot twist because this is the exact same song as Entropy in its structure, key, and tempo, except that it has an even better and more interesting chord progression, even more beautiful ambience, and melodies that are even better at keeping you listening. Because of these things, along with the shared traits I already said about Entropy, this makes Jumbo my favorite song on NCS and probably one of my favorite house songs of all time. So what are your opinions on these songs? Do you agree with me? Are there songs you would rank higher or lower than me? Feel free to tell me, but also remember to keep conversation friendly. Thank you.
Jack it up.
Hey guys, there's a few announcements I gotta make before I head out. So first off, if you watched to the end, I just want to say thank you. This video was such a pain to make for so many reasons. iMovie, which is what I use to edit my videos, was being super glitchy. I mean, it got to the point where it would crash every 20 seconds, and I had to literally reset my iPad to get it to work properly. Keep in mind that I also had schoolwork to worry about, and that's also the reason I canceled H&J City Tours Episode 3. I know that in the outro, Hudson said it would premiere on December 7th. I mean, he technically didn't specify what year, but I had to cancel it because I realized I had other stuff going on that day. And honestly, I think I might just stop scheduling premieres in general because every time I do, something has to get in the way. And if anything, they just fatigue and pressure me more to get it in on time, which is never good. I even had to postpone the premiere date of this video many times. Originally, it was going to go on the channel on November 1st, but considering that I just did the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe song ranking like less than a month ago, and also had H&J City Tours Episode 2 to worry about, I didn't want to have to put that same pressure on myself after just being relieved from it. But that's when I got a really good idea. So I don't know if any of you know, but I used to do stop motions on this channel. I made most of them when I was 8 or 9 years old, and one of them, which I haven't put on the channel yet, is one about Christmas, which I've been working on and off for the past like 4 years. But then I realized that if I were to redo all the audio clips, since obviously my voice has changed since then, I could premiere this video on Christmas Day and announcing it, which is what I'm doing right now, to premiere that video on December 30th. Wait, I just said I wasn't going to schedule any more premieres. But the editing will probably only take like a few hours. So if I'm able to schedule that video before this part of the video premieres, you can click on it right here. And if it's not ready yet, click here to see the video YouTube has recommended to you. And I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. JDC out.